Okay, y'all, so basically in this video we're gonna go over how to create a trading plan. Before you actually take a trade, you want to know your entry, your exit, and your escape, basically, for when things are not going your way, you want to get out. But first I want to quickly go over the different ways of finding actual charts to trade, because, like, say you don't know ticker names. Of course you got your favorites, but just to find setups on stocks that you don't know of, or that's happening now. There's different ways to find stocks, right? A lot of people, they like to use Finviz. Well, this is Finviz here, Finviz.com. Okay, this is basically a public scan. It's free to use. Anybody can come on here and look at it, and it just gives you like a bunch of different stuff to look at. You got like your overall market here, which basically like if you would see everything green, then you know we had a good day. Everything red, there have been times I done came here and this whole square was like flush red, so that lets you know the market definitely didn't have a good day. It's kind of mixed up here, but yeah, but this is definitely something to look at when you come to this page. Give you like the overall indexes and how they been doing. You got like this stuff over here: top gainers, new highs, overbought, unusual volumes, upgrade, top losers. This just like a summary, something real quick. You got patterns here. They give you a couple examples of different patterns. You got wedge ups, and it kind of, like, as you can see, it kind of gives you the support and resistance on a lot of them just automatically generated. Wow, look at that. But you got those signals, more channels, more signals here, more patterning. Got major news stocks. Okay, they give you a few of those. News that's happening right now. Like, look at this. This is 4:33 a.m. Some news just came out. 4:01 a.m. Some news came out. It is currently 4:39. So this just came out at 4:33. So it keeps you up to date on news in the market. We have some earning release dates, upcoming earnings, latest insider trading stocks. If you're into that type of stuff, futures, whatever you in for, you into, it got it. You can also come here to screener, right? And you can punch in your own criteria and look for exactly and specifically what it is that you want to look for. So you'll come here, you would put in screener, you would come here. They got like descriptive details you could use, fundamentals. You can set up like your own fundamental criteria for what to scan for. See here, you got technical, and you also could just go to all, and it gives you everything. It gives you everything for you to set in place and basically build the criteria that you're looking for. Okay, now all of it will pop up down here. You could set this on charts, right? And it'll basically just show you all the stocks in a different form like this. And you could just swim through a lot of it and find what what seems valuable to you. So that's one way of finding stocks to trade, okay? And of course, go back to your ThinkOrSwim platform, where you can also hit scan here and build your own criteria as well inside the platform. We come back up here to charts, and you can basically, whatever you build as far as your scanners, you can set up on the side here. Put the link, match your link. You got the green, match it here, green, right? That's what color I use. That way, when you do that, you basically can load up the scanners that you just built. You got these personal. That's your scanners that you build personally, right? As you see, I done got a lot of them built here. I honestly you can use a lot of these just automatic, ones that's built already in the platform. You can use those. You know, you got gap downs, gap ups, you know, new yearly highs, new yearly lows. And these are scanners that's just already built in the system that you can just swim through, right? But yeah, that's just quick ways to like just find charts. Like sometimes you might gotta go through 100 charts, 200 charts to find 5 good ones, for real. But like I said though, once you link the colors together, then basically you could just click on, and then whatever you click on, it pop up over there. You know, these are a few charts that I actually been swing trading over the last few weeks. And I like to sometimes just recycle some of the same stocks. Like as long as the charts and the patterns don't break down on what I see, I just keep them in the mix, you know. I keep them in the mix, like. But once you do that, and you actually have like charts to find, charts to go through, then like once you see something that you find potentially worth trading, then you gotta go into them and find the supports and the resistance. I like to wait till 8 o'clock. Once the market closed, nothing really moving no more. 8 p.m. everything stops until the next trading day, which sometimes some platforms start 4 in the morning. You have pre-market trading. You got after hour trading that ends at 8 o'clock. So that's when I usually like to go and look for setups, right? Yeah, so what I like to do as a swing trader when I'm examining stocks and the charts, I like to back all the way out to let's say the 1 year for starters, you know, and I try to find the overall top and the bottom of the stock, you know, or any potential diagonal resistance lines I could find, support lines I could find. As you see here, there's not every support and every resistance is horizontal, you know, because you see here we got this diagonal descending resistance. So basically how I would plan to trade for swinging would be to acknowledge this top line and then the bottom line. So I wouldn't really start a swing trade in the middle here because it's kind of like in the middle between the resistance and the support. So I would approach this stock with just placing alerts, right? I would set an alert down bottom, probably a little bit above support, so that I could catch the alert before it happened. I can already be on point to watch it, right? So I set my alert there, and then you leave it. And this is where the discipline kick in, because now I don't have to watch that stock. I just wait for my price to come. My price to come around 79.82, which I probably would really wait for just the $80 mark, you know what I mean, and try to ride it back up to. Notice each spike is basically shorter than the last. So here we had a spike up to about $88. So if it was to come back down and I was to catch it around my alert and I get triggered and I start to see like a U-shaped pattern with the stock, I like to go more intraday and check out how these moving averages are lining up as well to determine entrance. Okay, but that's basically how this stock is not really like attractive to me right now for a swing. So I would basically just leave this alone for alerts and just keep searching. You know, I already got a bunch of stocks that I done mapped out already that I can like just basically pick through and look for and just set my alerts. Okay, as you can see here, you can see like this is the the latest resistance, you know, resistance area here and the support zone down here. But it also has this descending support that it hasn't broken yet. And once it kind of like break above this support, this resistance, then I would try to enter for a swing trade back to the top, hopefully, you know. Basically, as a beginner trader, that's what I like to do. I like to just go and just set a lot of alerts, you know, and like as I map out the charts, find chart patterns, I go and map set alerts. That way they come through my phone like text messages, you know, and I go and I look at the chart, take the trade if it's there. But other than that, I'm like very patient. I'm focusing on patience to not jump the gun so early. These are a bunch of patterns that basically I've been watching over the last couple weeks, swing trading. Like this one here, this is like one of the most consistent patterns, horizontal patterns I've seen in like a very long time, you know. It's literally up to this 89.70 down to this 78.82, you know. So I would just strictly stick to the resistance area. If you're in the like short and stocks or buying put options, you know, you can set your alert up here to alert you, you know, for when it comes up there. Buy your put options or short the stock. Down bottom here, you can set another alert for a potential buy for a swing trade back to this top area here. So I post a lot of these charts to my Facebook page and Instagram page. You know, I go through charts probably every 2 days. I look for setups and I basically post them. As you can see, we have resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. And it kind of broke through this support level, this resistance level here. So like in situations like that, I will wait for a pullback to probably about here. So I would set an alert, right? Set an alert. I will wait for the pullback to see if it support itself above this old resistance, and then take a swing trade for continuation back above this 78.32 area. You can see there's a bunch of charts I have mapped out here. Let's take it back to just the I like the 180 day as well, because that gave, whoa, look at that, it kind of broke down here. And as you can see, like when those patterns fail, that's why it's always good to know exactly like what you're looking at for as support and resistance, because when they break through those supports, that's sometimes they just flush out, you know. And the same with resistance, they break out and somehow they could run like some big gains you can make in there. Like here, this one broken out, right? And you can see it had a big jump here. That's a $5 move since it broke out. Okay, that's why it pays to just be patient for when those stocks do fall down to support. You don't want to just jump in it because it's sitting at support, because it can easily fall through and not turn around like you want to. So you want to have like what you look for as far as a stock that's turning around. That's when you go more intraday. Like I like the hourly chart. This is a bit choppy in here, but I like the swings of the two moving averages. I got the green and I got the red. That's my 30-day and my 15. Let's go back to this one. Right. I said this one is kind of floating in the middle here, so I really won't touch that unless it comes back down here, which we already set the alert for. This the one is breaking out. this is kind of seeing hitting this resistance zone here, so I wouldn't touch that one either unless it starts to turn around. Then you might have another short position, or you could buy like put options. Yeah, so that's all it basically is, man. And just playing around with the chart. Look, this broke down. That's why I say, like, if you'd have bought around this support zone, you could have rolled it up a little bit, but just know what to look for when it break down. You can escape really quickly, because your trading plan here could have easily been to catch it here and swing it back up to the top of this channel, but as you can see, like, it broke down, and when those patterns break down, man, you got big sell-offs. Yeah, look at that breakout. Look at that breakout. Around the support zone, if we'd have bought in, yeah, that's big gains, man. But I'm gonna end this one.